Yeah, this is a proposal from the European Commission, just announced about an hour ago by the Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, which would be a complete ban on the import of Russian oil. It's part of a larger sixth package of sanctions that also includes new sanctions on banks, broadcasters, and people. Now, this oil embargo is a long time in coming. At first, it was held up by German opposition, who were worried that it would do more damage to the EU economy than to the Russian economy. But eventually, last week, Germany decided that it could live with a phased-in ban to give it time to make preparations to find other suppliers. And that's what we have in this proposal this morning. It's a phased-in ban that would start now but go to zero within 6 months for crude oil imports and by the end of the year for refined products like diesel. Now, that was a surprise. We knew that this would be phased in by the end of the year, but this quicker timeline for crude of 6 months is quite a surprise, because that's kind of the big issue here, crude, and that's where actually a lot of the vulnerability is. So we'll see how member states react to this. This is a proposal that now needs to be approved unanimously by all 27 EU countries, and there is a big problem in the form of Viktor Orban, the Prime Minister of Hungary. He has said he would veto this oil embargo. Now, I'm being told, we don't have the exact details yet, but I'm being told that there will be exemptions for Hungary and neighboring Slovakia because they're landlocked and they're so heavily dependent on Russian oil and they don't have any other way to get it. The big question is, will those exemptions in here that basically are giving them a longer phase-out time, will that be enough to end that Hungarian veto? Hungary says this is about economics, not about politics. This may be the test. EU ambassadors will discuss this proposal later today, and the target is to get an agreement at the Foreign Affairs Ministers meeting on Monday.
Yeah, Dave, you mentioned Hungary and Slovakia. How realistic are these sanctions, and how are other member states likely to react?
Well, we're going to get this approved in one way or another. Even if Hungary decides to exercise its veto here, it's actually possible to approve this using another mechanism that doesn't require unanimity. So basically everyone except Hungary and maybe Slovakia would do it. The EU obviously hopes it doesn't get to that. But this is happening no matter what. The question is, how much is it going to hurt Europe? And the answer is a lot. Now, the countries have made preparations so far. Germany, just over the past 2 months, has managed to lessen its dependency on Russian oil from 30% down to 12%. But Germany still has a big problem in the east, localized problems where they're very dependent on the pipeline oil from Russia, and they're going to have to replace that with oil coming from ships. They're going to have to dredge out harbors. There's a lot of work to do over the coming months. That's why Germany wanted this extra time. But it is feasible. It's just going to take a lot of work.